Good morning. Welcome to the Shippensburg Community Fair and the 2026 Junior Market Beef Show. We're going to start today's show with our dairy feeder calves, showmanship senior division. Our seniors are ages 17 and older. We'll have 2 entries. Hannah Orris and Cord Hetrick. Bring your calves to the ring. We're going to start our feeder calf showmanship. Our judge for this morning is Mr. Carson Fahey from New Windsor, Maryland, where he and his family own and operate Spring Hill Farm, specializing in raising Hereford cattle for local and national exhibitors. Carson attended Lakeland College and transferred to Iowa State University, where he competed on the livestock judging team at both institutions with great success. He's currently the herdsman at Heath Cattle Company, raising Angus and Hereford show cattle to compete on a national level. Carson finds his greatest joy while working within the industry, so he's grateful for this opportunity. Let's put our hands together for Carson today and welcome him back to Shippensburg. Feeder calf exhibitors, Intermediate Showman, Heat 1 to ringside. Intermediate Showman, Heat 1 to ringside. Jacob Best, Riley Boyer, Faith Deal, Colton Gray, Bella Grimes, and Naomi Kutz. Once again, Intermediate Showman, Heat 1 to ringside.
Well, good morning, and really nice first class of showmanship out here for the feeder cattle show. I'm going to leave these 2 kids how they stand. I think the young lady's going to take her first spot, and she does so just in terms of her posture and her ability out here to get her calves set up with just a little bit more efficiency. Young man does a really nice job as well out here. Just want to see him a little quicker as the cattle stop and get them feet set into place, but still 2 people that do an extremely good job. Let's give them a round of applause.
Senior showman, first place to Hannah Orris. She'll be our champion senior showman, and second place to Cord Hetrick. Next in the ring, junior showman. Intermediate showman. Ages 14 to 16. Intermediate showman, Heat 1. Tyler Best, Blake Boyer, Colton Clayberger, Lane Hennessy, and Mason Hostetter. Intermediate Division, Heat 2 to ringside. Ryan Lehman, Macy Ritter, Katie Shook, Tanner Smith, Naomi Wirt, and Zane Zimmerman. Once again, Intermediate Showman, Heat 2 to ringside.
Another good class of showmen out here. The four young men on the right side of the ring, I'm going to ask them to come back and join us for the intermediate drive. Talk to the two young men on over here on just some tips and tricks that I take home to work on, but still, two kids that are out here just doing a really, really nice job. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Qualifying for the final drive out of Heat 1, Tyler Best, Blake Boyer, and Colton Klayberger. We'll go ahead and clear the ring, and we'll be ready for Heat 2. Ryan Lehman, Macy Ritter, Katie Shirk, Tanner Smith, Naomi Wirt, and Zane Zimmerman.
another really nice heat of intermediate showmen. And just like the last class, the four showmen over here to my right, I'm going to ask them to come back out here for the intermediate drive. Talk to these two young showmen on some things they could work on. But outside of that, I think they're doing a really nice job out here. Commend them for coming out and joining us. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Qualifying for the final drive out of Heat 2, Ryan Lehman, Macy Ritter, Katie Shirk, and Naomi Wirt. We'll go ahead and clear the ring, and then we'll bring back all of our qualifiers, and we'll select our intermediate showman champion and reserve. Coming back in, we should have Tyler Best, Blake Boyer, Colton Clayberger, Ryan Lehman, Macy Ritter, Katie Shirk, and Naomi Wirt. Junior exhibitors, Junior Heat 1, please be at ringside. Jacob Best, Riley Boyer, Faith Deal, Colton Gray, Bella Grimes, and Naomi Kutz. Once again, Junior Division, Heat 1 to ringside. Our market beef classes here today are dedicated in memory of Paul and Barb Weber. Longtime supporters of the Shippensburg Community Fair and the junior livestock programs. All three of their sons exhibited dairy cattle and market livestock. Tragically, we lost Barb and Paul this spring, and we dedicate these shows in their memory. Let's put our hands together and celebrate the Weber family and all of their contributions to the livestock.
really good set of intermediate showmen this morning, and I went down the line and kind of told them where they stand, where they are, and some things I would take home and work on. But they're getting to the age group where they should be able to set that calf up and keep that calf calm, but still do that with a little bit of intensity and show themselves off as well as their cattle in terms of their posture and eye contact and some things like that. So I kind of placed him down the line. A young man that's over here to my left, he's going to be our champion. Young lady next to him, she's going to be reserved. I think those two showmen do things extremely well for me. And down the line, again, really, really good set of showmen. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Your champion intermediate showman is Tyler Best. And your reserve goes to Naomi Wirt, third place Katie Shark, fourth Macy Ritter, fifth Colton Clayberger, sixth Ryan Lehman, and seventh Blake Boyer. Next in the ring, we're ready for our Junior Showman Heat 1. Junior Showman Heat 1, Jacob Best, Riley Boyer, Faith Deal, Colton Gray, Bella Grimes, and Naomi Kutz. Just a reminder to exhibitors, please make sure we're cleaning up after our animals, especially in the grass and the gravel walkways. We do want to make sure that the fair stays accessible. If you are walking your cattle in the handicap parking lot, please also make sure you're cleaning up after your animals in that space as well.
Another good set of showmen out here for the junior division, and getting to this age, we're still working on doing the basics right, you know, getting our feet set up and using our show stick and keeping our cattle calm and collected out here. So I think the four kids over here on my right do that extremely well. I'm going to ask them to join us for the junior drive back out here. These two kids over here on my left, again, doing a super good job out here. Just some things we need to take home and practice with, but still, let's give them a big round of applause. Another really good group of showmen out here. 3 showmen over here on this side of the ring. I'm going to ask them to join us back for the junior drive. And again, talk to these 2 young showmen over here and give them some tips and tricks to take home and work on. But still, doing an outstanding job. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Qualifying for the final drive out of Heat 2, Addison Martin, Evelyn Martin, and Gavin Ryan. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors. We'll now bring back all of our qualifiers, and we'll have our junior champion drive. Jacob Best, Riley Boyer, Faith Deal, Bella Grimes, Addison Martin, Emmeline Martin, and Gavin Ryan.
Another really good set of showing out here in the junior drive, and just like the intermediates, we're going to rank them as they're listed. Two young ladies over here are going to be grand and reserve, and our champion showman does things extremely well, I think, in terms of just being efficient and getting her steer stopped and set up and doing it with a level of intensity that's hard to teach it with kids this age. I think she's doing an outstanding job. Nothing to take away from the kids down the line. I talked to each one of them individually. Super pleased with the group of showmen we have out here. Let's give them a round of applause.
Junior division, our champion is Faith Deal, and our reserve, Addison Martin. Third, Emmeline Martin. Fourth, Jacob Best. Fifth, Gavin Rhines. Sixth, Bella Grimes. And 7, Riley Boyer. Next in the ring, we've got our novice division showmen. Novice showmen. Ages 8 to 10. Harper Boyer, Kason Fraker, Olivia Ryan, Delaney Smith, and Reese Smith.
Another really good set of kids out here in the novice division, and I commend all of them for coming out here and getting another show ring experience under their belt. And the more they come out and the more these cattle come out, just the better they're going to get. My hat's off to each and every one of them. Outstanding job by all 5 of these kids. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Novice Division, your champion, Kason Franker. Your reserve, Olivia Rind. Third place, Harper Boyer. Fourth, Reese Smith. And fifth, Delaney Smith. We're now ready to select our grand champion feeder calf showman. From the senior division, we need Hannah Orris. Your intermediate champion, Tyler Best. Champion from the junior division, Faith Deal, and your novice champion showman, Kason Fraker. Feeder calf exhibitors. Up next is our lightweight classes. So if you're a lightweight feeder calf, please be at ringside. Bella Grimes and Kenzie Starner.
Really nice set of showmen out here for our champion showman lineup. And 4 kids I'm really pleased with. I think they all have similar styles of showmanship out here in terms of getting their calves stuck with a level of efficiency, and then they do that with a level of intensity that just commands your attention. And when you do that, you know, the judge is going to look at your calf 1 or 2 more times than your contemporaries out here, and I really like that. And it's hard to teach intensity coming from the novice and the junior division and kids that age, but those 2 kids do that extremely well, and even working up to our senior division level of intensity while still being calm and collected out here. I think 4 of these showmen do an extremely good job. I'll get you a champion in the reserve. Give them a round of applause.
Your grand champion feeder calf showman goes to Tyler Best. Tyler will represent feeder calves in the Supreme Showmanship Contest right here on Friday night. That concludes our showmanship competition. Let's put our hands together one more time for all of our exhibitors. They're all going to be right back in with their weight classes, but they did a great job out there this morning. All right, exhibitors, we are ready for our lightweight 1 feeder calves. Lightweight 1, Bella Grimes, 377, Kenzie Starner, 378. Calves in this class weigh 440 to 484. Lightweight 2 to ringside. Lightweight 2, Mason Hostetter and Reese Smith.
First class in our feeder calf show, and I'm going to leave them how they come in. I think the young lady in front in the red shirt, I think her calf just comes with a little bit more length, a little bit more grow. And at the end of the day, it's going to come with more product, in my opinion. Calf does that extremely well, and then probably just stays a little leveler over his top line and more correct about his angles as you ask him to get out and move. Young lady's white steer here again. In terms of length, you can appreciate him. Ties higher out of the top side of his shoulder, probably a little cleaner about his throat latch and his chest, but probably one that just doesn't come with the same amount of grow and width as the cattle ahead of him, but still really nice pair of calves here. Let's give him a round of applause.
Lightweight 1, first place, Kenzie Starner, and second, Bella Grimes. Next class in the ring, lightweight 2, Mason Hostetter and Reese Smith. Mason's 379 and Reese 188. Weights in this class are 512 to 518. 512 to 518. Lightweight 3 feeder calves to ringside. Lightweight 3, Wade Zimmerman, Tanner Smith, and Kason Fraker.
Again, I'm going to leave these calves how they come in. I think the young man up front brings us one that just comes with a little smoother build for me, a touch more balance, comes with more body shape, more overall spread and width when you study him over the top side of his skeleton. Nice feeder calf to go ahead and start. Calf that comes out next, you can appreciate this one's length and levelness over the top side of his skeleton. Probably just wants to fall forward a little bit in terms of his shoulder angle and his chest. Wish he just came back with a touch more heart and flank, but still really nice calf with a lot of future ahead of him. Let's give these kids a round of applause.
Lightweight 2, first place, Reese Smith. Second, Mason Hostetter. Our next class in the ring, lightweight 3, Wade Zimmerman, Tanner Smith, and Kason Fraker. Calves in this class are 5'24" to 5'32".
Another nice set of feeder calves here. Young man here to my left, he's going to go ahead and start. And I think just in terms of balance and putting pieces together, that calf starts rather handily for me. Like this one's body shape, and when you study him up high and out of his hip, just offers the most muscle shape and overall spread. Calf here in the middle that's going to be second. Again, another one that from the side gives you an awfully nice look. He's plenty level over the top side of his skeleton and gets out and surfaces at the ground rather well. Wants to round out of his hip and just get a little bit underneath of himself when you get out and go. But still a nice feeder calf here with a bright future ahead of him. Young man's red calf that's going to round out our class. Young man does an outstanding job getting the steer stuck. Just wish he came with a little bit more lower body shape in terms of his heart and flank to balance out a little bit better from the side. Wish he just came with an extra stitch of width and overall mass, but still nice calf to round out the class. Let's give him a round of applause.
Lightweight 3, first place Tanner Smith, second Wade Zimmerman, and third Kason Fraker. We're now ready for our lightweight champion. From lightweight 1, we need Kenzie Starner, lightweight 2, Reese Smith, and lightweight 3, Tanner Smith. At ringside, we should have Bella Grimes, Mason Hostetter, and Wade Zimmerman.
Really nice set out of our lightweight division, and I'm not going to go through and talk them again as they just came out of their class, but still 3 steers that all come with the right kind of package in terms of their look and balance. Some come with just another shot of muscle, a little bit better body shape in my opinion, but still 3 really nice calves with a lot of future out of them. Let's give them a round of applause, and I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Your champion lightweight feeder calf goes to Tanner Smith out of the lightweight 3 class. We'll bring in Wade Zimmermans and we'll select a reserve. Feeder calves, medium weight 1 to ringside. Colton Gray, Naomi Kutz, Faith Deal. Medium weight 1 to ringside. Your reserve champion lightweight goes to Reese Smith's 188 out of lightweight 2. Congratulations all of our lightweight exhibitors. Medium weight 1, Colton Gray, 319. Naomi Kutz, 303. And Faith Deal, 45. This medium weight class of calves weighing 546 to 596. Medium weight 2 to ringside, Riley Boyer, Delaney Smith, Zane Zimmerman, Gavin Ryan.
Good class for our first set of middleweights out here, and I'm going to leave these two young ladies how they stand. I think that calf up front, I think the combination calf of the trio gives you an awfully good look from the side. He's probably not the levelest out of his hip, but still one that comes with just an extra shot of muscle, a really, really nice body shape, and puts it together in a really attractive package for the young lady. Let's give her a round of applause. Really nice job. Calf that's going to come out in second, I think, is the one that from the side is probably the most attractive, and as you ask the cattle to get out and lead, is the most comfortable and athletic off four corners. Really nice job by the young lady getting him stuck. Probably just doesn't come with that extra shot of width and spread up high and out of his hip. Calf that's going to round out our class, I think in terms of his body shape and expression, one you can definitely appreciate. Probably just needs to come in a little bit more balanced and attractive package. When you ask the cattle to store one that's plenty round and plenty straight off his hind two, if we could just correct that, I think the young man comes with a really nice product-oriented steer here. Really nice calf to round out the class. Let's give him a round of applause.
Medium weight 1, first place Naomi Kutz, second Faith Deal, and third Colton Gray. Medium weight 2, into the ring, Riley Boyer, number 8, Delaney Smith, 193, Zane Zimmerman, 374, and Gavin Ryan, 354. Calves in this class weigh 6'10 to 6'20. 6'10 to 6'20. Medium weight 3s to ringside. Addie Martin, Lane Hennessy, Harper Boyer.
Another really nice class and a nice one that we start out with. I think one that just checks the most boxes for me in terms of balance, look from the side, and then coming with that extra shot of body shape, extra shot of muscle when you study him up high and out of his hip. Young lady does a really nice job showing him as well. Calf that's going to come out next, I think another one that just kind of falls into place there in second. Comes with a really, really nice body shape, a lot of bloom in that calf. And then as you ask the cattle to lead, probably just remains the most collected when stirred into motion, the levelest and strongest over his top line as well, and hits the surface with the most comfort relative to the bottom trio. Calf that comes out next, I think in terms of the bottom two, one that just comes with an extra shot of body shape and pin width when you study him up high out of his hip. Nice calf that has a bright future ahead of him. We're going to round out the class with one that you can definitely appreciate the extra extension, the extra grow, but probably just comes the hardest and driest about his center body. A little rounder off both ends of his skeleton when you ask the cattle to lead, but still, nice class. Let's give these kids a round of applause.
Medium weight 2, first place Riley Boyer, second Delaney Smith, third Gavin Ryan, and fourth Zane Zimmerman. Next class in the ring, feeder calf, medium weight 3. Addison Martins 414, Lane Hennessy 265, and Harper Boyer number 9. Weights in this class are 630 to 642. 630 to 642. Exhibitors up next is our medium weight champion drive. We'll need Naomi Kutz and Riley Boyer at ringside, and Faith Deal and Delaney Smith on standby.
Another nice trio of steers that are all different in their type and kind, but I'm going to land on the young lady's calf over here directly in front of me. I think in terms of just body shape and spread and width, he takes the cake out of the trio here. Probably one that's a little plainer about his throat and his chest when you study him from the side, but I told this young lady in showmanship, kind of hard to get his head up and really shown off. Just being a little girl out here with a bigger steer, but still, I think if you do that, that probably changes that calf from the side tremendously. Comes with a really nice body shape, a lot of power, a lot of spread, nice way to lead off. Out of the bottom two here, I think there's differences between them. The calf that's going to come in second, I think just collects and holds himself better when you stir the cattle into motion. Comes a little bit more correct about his hip and his hind leg and remains stronger over his top line, while still coming with an extra shot of bloom and body when you study his spring of rib. Calf that's going to round out our class again. In terms of length and extension, you can definitely appreciate that one. Just want to level him out of his hip when you ask these cattle to stir. Give him a shot more muscle, a shot more body today, but still really nice calf to round out the class. Let's give the kids a round of applause.
Medium weight 3, first place Harper Boyer, second Lane Hennessy, and third Addison Martin. We're now ready for our medium weight champion drive. From medium weight 1, we have Naomi Kutz. Medium weight 2, Riley Boyer. And medium weight 3, Harper Boyer.
Another nice trio of steers for the middleweight division, and from the outside of the ring, you can tell that there's a type and kind that, in terms of just having some attractiveness from the side and a good balance, a good build, while matching that with some extra muscle and spread. Really, really good trio. I'll get you to a champion in reserve. Let's give the kids a round of applause.
Your champion medium weight goes to Riley Boyer out of the second class with number 8. We'll bring in Delaney Smith's 193 and we'll pick a reserve. And your reserve champion medium weight goes to Harper Boyer out of class 3 with number 9. Congratulations. Examiners, we're ready for our light heavyweight class. Light heavyweight 1, Olivia Ryan, 449. Chase Cruzy, 145. Ryan Lehman, 50. Light heavyweight 1 into the ring. Calves in this class are 660 to 664. 660 to 664. Feeder calf exhibitors, heavyweight 2 to ringside. Heavyweight 2, Katie Shirk, Cord Hetrick, Jacob Best, Emmeline Martin.
Nice trio of steers out here. Young lady all the way in the front, and she's going to go ahead and start. I think that calf does a really nice job of putting his pieces together. Offers an attractive look from the side, extremely level over the top side of his skeleton. Comes with enough body, but what does it for me is probably just comes with a touch more cover, a touch more fill today. Really nice calf to go ahead and start. Calf here in the middle, again, one that's really attractive from the side. Young lady does an awesome job getting him stuck. Probably one that just comes a little flatter, a little harder in terms of his center body. Wish he had just a touch more shape there when you study his stifle and his quarter. But still really, really nice feeder calf for the young lady. Has a really, really nice future ahead of him. Calf that's going to round out our class. Again, length, extension from the sides, really, really good. Just comes the driest and the hardest when you study his center body in terms of just his heart and flank. Wish he came with a shot more width and overall spread when you study him up high and through his hip, but still really nice built, really attractive, kind of a market steer for the young man. Let's give him a round of applause.
Light heavyweight 1. First place, Chase Cruzy. Second, Olivia Ryan. And third, Ryan Lehman. Next class in the ring, light heavyweight 2. Katie Shirks, 66. Cord Hetrick, 208. Jacob Best, 399. And Emmeline Martin, 415. Weights for this class are 682 to 698. 682 to 698. Feeder calf exhibitors. Up next is our light heavyweight champion drive. Light heavyweight champion drive is up next. We'll need Chase Cruzy at ringside and Olivia Ryan on standby.
Another nice set of the dairy steers out here. Young lady's going to go ahead and start. And now, I'll be the first to admit, I wish this calf just had a touch more length, a touch more extension, and just overall grow and outline. But once you take that off the table, I think in terms of just being a product-oriented kind of a calf, one that does that extremely well. I think his appropriation of finish is better, comes with more body shape, and honestly just a shapely, thick-ended kind of a steer out here. Young lady, congratulations. Calf that comes out next, if you want a big, long, extended, high outlined kind of a steer that will finish out with more overall product, I think your calf in second's where you'd land. Probably one that just doesn't come with the same amount of mass and shape and expression today, but still a really nice, attractive, good-built kind of a market steer for the young lady. We're going to finish out the class with two steers that probably just need a little more grow, a little more overall finish. I think the thicker-ended, just more shapely calf's going to end up in third today. A calf that probably collects himself a touch better on the move is going to round out our class, but still think just one that needs to be cleaned up at his front end, come with overall more balance and just correctness, but still really nice class. Let's give the kids a round of applause.
Light heavyweight 2, first place, Emmeline Martin. Second, Katie Shirk. Third, Jacob Best. And fourth, Cord Hetrick. Next in the ring, this is our light heavyweight champion drive. From our first class, we have Chase Cruzy, and second class, Emmeline Martin. On standby, we should have Olivia Ryan and Katie Shirk.
Just a pair of steers out here in the division, and two that are really, really good in their own right. I think their types and kinds are very different, but still both very nice, just product-oriented kind of market steers. I'll go out and pick a champion and reserve, but let's give the two kids out here a big round of applause.
Your light heavyweight champion goes to Chase Cruzy out of the first class. We'll bring in Olivia Rhines, second place from that class, and we'll pick a reserve. Your reserve champion light heavyweight goes to Emmeline Martin out of our second light heavyweight class. Congratulations all of our light heavyweight exhibitors. Feeder calf exhibitors, we're ready for heavyweights. Heavyweight 1, Tyler Bust 400, Hannah Orris 117, and Macy Ritter 64. This heavyweight class has weights of 726 to 736. Heavyweight 2, please make your way to ringside. Blake Boyer, Colton Clayberger.
good trio of heavyweight steers out here. Young lady to my left, she's going to start this class, and I think from the side, long, attractive kind of a market steer, really nice body shape, and when you study him from behind, I think one that just carries the most spread and shape up high and just expression when you study him through his stifle and his quarter. Probably one that needs another shot of finish and overall cover, but still a really nicely put together, nice shapely kind of a market steer for the young lady. Congratulations. Cat that's going to come out next, I think one that probably comes just a touch drier through his center body and flatter there about his forerib and his heart, but I think behind his shoulder comes with plenty of spread. Wish he was just a touch more attractive and came just a little bit more extended through his front 1/3, but still really nice kind of a market steer for the young man. We're going to round out the class with a big outlined, long, extended kind of a calf. Comes with plenty of muscle shape and body shape. Probably just needs to be more collected when you ask these cattle to get out and go. A little more upright about his front end and wants to round out of his hip ever so slightly, but still really nice product-oriented calf for the young lady. Let's give the kids a round of applause.
Heavyweight win. First place, Macy Ritter. Second, Tyler Best. And third, Hannah Orris. Next class, heavyweight 2, Blake Blair, number 7, and Colton Clayberger, 169.
Pair of steers that I'm going to leave as they come in. I think a young man up front probably has a calf that's just a little bit thicker ended, a little more width and spread when you study him up high out of his skeleton. Probably doesn't come at you just as soft made and bold about his center body, but still, I think at the end of the day, I see more product coming off of that calf on the rail. Calf that's going to come in second, like I said, softer made, probably a little more balanced from the side just because his heart and flank blend in together a touch more. Probably just a touch too plain up front through his chest and his throat latch. Doesn't come with that same kind of spread and width when you study him up high and out of his hip. Still a really nice kind of a market steer for the young man. Let's give him a round of applause.
Blake Blair, just hang out right here for 1 second. Stay right there at the gate. Results from the heavyweight 2, first place Colton Clayberger, and second to Blake Blair. We also run a weight to gain competition every year to see which animal gains the fastest amount of weight from our weigh-ins in the beginning of May until now. Blake Blair is our grand champion feeder calf rate of gain. His calf gained 4.04 pounds per day. Let's give him another round of applause. Great job, Blake. Our last class today is our heavyweight 3, Naomi Wirtz, 118. This calf weighing 788. Feeder calf exhibitors, up next is our heavyweight champion drive. From the first class, we need Macy Ritter, second class Colton Clayberger. Please be at ringside. Tyler Best and Blake Boyer, please be on standby.
Just a single entry out here, and one that could definitely stand some more competition. Young lady brings us a nice calf that shows just plenty of width out of the backside of his shoulder and out of his upper hip. I want to see him come with a touch more body shape and just balance up a little bit better from the side, but she studied his chest floor and his appropriation of finish. Really nice, just product-oriented steer for the young lady. Again, one that could definitely stand some more competition. Excited to see him back out with his contemporaries.
Heavyweight 3, first place to Naomi Wirt. We're now ready for our heavyweight champion. We need Macy Ritter, 64, Colton Clayberger, 169, and Naomi Wirt, 118. Once again on standby, we should have Tyler Best, 400, and Blake Boyers, number 7.
Again, get our heavyweights back out here, and a really nice trio of steers for the young people. I'll get you a grain in reserve, but let's give them one more big round of applause out here.
Your champion heavyweight goes to Colton Clayberger. Out of our second class, so we'll bring in Blake Boyers, and we'll select a reserve. And your reserve champion heavyweight goes to Blake Boyer with number 7. Congratulations, all of our heavyweight exhibitors. We're now ready for our grand champion feeder calf drive. Market steer exhibitors. We're going to break in between feeder calves and steers just long enough for pictures. So senior showmen, you should be getting ready. Once again, we're only going to break long enough for pictures, so senior showman, you should be ready. Into the ring for grand champion, your lightweight champion, Tanner Smith. Your mediumweight champion, Riley Boyer. Your light heavyweight champion, Chase Cruzy. And your heavyweight champion, feeder calf, Colton Kleberger. Once again, we'd like to thank our judge this morning, Mr. Carson Fahey from New Windsor, Maryland. He's done a great job sorting our dairy feeders. We'd also like to remind everybody that we dedicate this show in memory of Paul and Barb Weber for their years of commitment to the livestock industry and the Shippensburg Fair and the entire Weber family. So let's put our hands together one more time for all of our exhibitors and, of course, our judge. Thank you so much. Market Steer Show is up next.
Well, first off, just want to say all the dairy feeder exhibitors from showmanship to their market classes, give them all one big round of applause. They did an outstanding job this morning. Really nice lineup of steers out here from our lightweight all the way to our heavyweight. I think cattle that offer some balance and some look while still checking the boxes in terms of their, just overall product and marketability out here. Really nice lineup. I'm not going to go through and talk them, but I'll get a champion reserve again. Let's give the kids a big round of applause.
Your grand champion feeder calf goes to Chase Cruzy. We'll bring in Emmeline Martin's reserve light heavyweight, and we'll select our reserve grand champion. You might have noticed Chase Cruzy is not actually on the halter of that animal, but that's because he's on the Little League senior team playing in the national tournament in Maine. So congratulations to them for that as well. Your reserve grand champion feeder calf goes to Colton Kleberger out of your heavyweights. Congratulations on all of our exhibitors. We're going to clear the ring. Emmeline/Chase and Colton. Let's get you guys back here to the backdrop for a picture with our judge, and then we're going to do senior showmanship for beef steers. First girl, Market Steer, senior showman to ringside. First girl, Market Steer, senior showman to ringside. Katie Miller, Maverick Geddes, Lacey Lehman, and Jolie Naylor. Market Steer Exhibitor, senior showman, we're ready for you in the ring, senior showman. Maverick Geddes, Jolie Naylor, Lacey Lehman, and Katie Miller. Intermediate showman, please be at ringside.
Really good way to start our steer showmanship out here. Young ladies out on the other side of the ring, I'm going to leave them how they stand. I think the young lady up front here is really efficient with that show stick and getting that calf stuck. Always, every time I look over at that steer, he's just set up to the nines, and young lady's doing a really, really nice job. Love the intensity, love the fluency with that show stick. Young lady does a great job. Nothing to take away with the young lady that's going to end up being reserve. Think she does a super good job as well. Really intense, really good job of being aware of where she's at in the show ring and taking wide circles and using everything that we give her out here. At times just wants to get a touch too picky with that show stick, and I like to say, sometimes close is better than perfect out here, making sure we're just not poking and prodding at that calf. But in terms of intensity and just overall control, young lady does a really, really nice job. I talked to the two showmen over here on some things that we work on and kind of the reasons why they fall into the places they do. All four of these kids, I think, just did an extremely well job. Really, really tough class of kids. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Your champion senior showman for the Market Steers is Joey Naylor. Second place, Katie Miller. Third, Lacey Lehman. And fourth, Maverick Geddes. Our next class is our intermediate showman, ages 14 to 16. Lexi Carter, Levi Geddes, Sean Kutz, Allie Lehman, Jordan Naylor, and Brinley Wright. Junior showmen, please make your way to ringside. Graham Adams, Lane Brown Eyes, Emmeline Cleland, and London Wright. Junior showmen to ringside.
Really nice set of intermediate showmen out here, and two young ladies over here to my left. I'm going to leave them how they stand in 1 and 2. Young lady with the black steer doing a really nice job, super efficient with that stick and getting that calf set up. Probably uses her stick just a little calmer relative to the young lady behind her. At times she just wants to get a little picky and poking and prodding at that calf when he's probably set up just good enough. And like I said, out there in the senior division, I think a lot of times close is better than perfect, but still, young lady's doing a really exceptional job out here. Young lady behind her, again, could be said the same thing, doing a really nice job in terms of efficiency and intensity. At times, she's probably on the opposite end of the spectrum, probably want to just spread that calf's feet apart and watch those back feet. He wants to get up under himself ever so slightly at times. Need to make sure that even though as we preach eye contact and intensity and being engaged with the judge, always need to make sure them feet are set. Outside of that, love the young lady's intensity and how she uses that show stick. Calf is set up incredibly well. Most of the time, young lady does an exceptional job. I talked to these kids over here on my right, and again, 4 kids over here that are doing a really, really nice job, just running into kind of a buzzsaw. 2 showmen that are really, really exceptional in my opinion. Let's give all these kids a big round of applause.
Your champion intermediate showman is Lexi Carter, and second place reserve goes to Jordan Naylor. Third place, Allie Lehman. Fourth, Levi Geddes. Fifth, Brinley Wright. And sixth, Sean Kutz. Next in the ring, our junior showmen, Graham Adams, Lane Bruneyes, Emmeline Cleland, and London Wright. Junior showmen are ages 11 to 13. Market Steer Showman Novice to ringside, Reese Adams and Willow Hartung.
Really nice class of junior showmen out here, and I think from top to bottom, all these kids kind of exceeded my expectations coming out of the junior division. Young man over here on the left side of the ring, I think, is just easily the most efficient, the most fluent, and does that with a level of intensity that's really good, and just commands your attention out here. Young man, congratulations. I talked to these kids down the line over here to my right, and I think, like I said, just exceeded my expectations out of the junior division. All four of these kids did a super job. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Champion Junior Showman goes to Lane Brown Eyes. Reserved to Graham Adams. Third, Evelyn Cleland. And fourth, London Wright. We're ready for our champion showman. Actually, ready for our novice showman. Let's do the novice. Sorry. Two exhibitors in our novice division. These are 8 to 10-year-olds, Reese Adams and Willow Hartung.
just two showmen out here in the novice division. I think both these young ladies are doing an extremely good job out here. I gave them both some tips to take home and work on, and hopefully they come back next year and then just do this as good of a job as they are out here today. Like I said, just doing an extremely good job. Young lady with the black steer here, she's going to be your champion novice. Young lady up front will be reserved. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Champion novice showman. Your champion novice showman is Reese Adams. And your reserve is Willow Hartung. All right, we're ready for our champion steer showmanship class. From your senior division, Jolie Naylor, intermediate Lexi Carter, junior Lane Bruneyes, and novice Reese Adams. Lightweight steers to ringside. Lightweight steers to ringside.
Really exceptional group of kids out here. I think all four of these just definitely exceeded my expectations here today and have done a super, super good job in terms of just their intensity and their efficiency getting out here. It'll come down to personal preference, but like I said, just doing an exceptional job. Let's give these four kids a really big round of applause.
Your grand champion market steer showman is Joey Naylor out of our senior division. Jolie's a past winner of our Supreme Showmanship contest, so we're going to replace her with the third place senior division showman, Lacey Lehman. Katie Miller was the second place. She's also a past winner and not eligible for Supreme. Your reserve champion, showman, and representing Market Steers in the Supreme Showmanship Contest will be Lexi Carter. Lexi, when you have a break, come to the livestock office. We'll get you your bio form. Congratulations. Okay, Market Steers. Market Steers, we're ready for our lightweights. Lightweight 1, we have a single entry, Emmeline Cleland, number 260.
Just a single entry out here in our first class of market steers, and young lady brings us a really nice smoke calf. In terms of just his length and extension, you really have to appreciate. Really attractive from the side when you study him at the top side of his shoulder. Thick-ended, good calf. Just comes out probably a little drier and harder about his center body than I'd like to see. And when the cattle get out and stir, probably just comes up a nickel short when you ask him to get out and stride. But still, one that could definitely stand some more competition. Excited to see him back out here. Young lady, congratulations.
Lightweight 1, first place awarded to Emmeline Cleland. Next class in the ring, lightweight 2. 3 entries in this class. Lexi Carter's BO3, Willow Hartung BO5, and Jordan Naylor's 99. After this class, we'll be selecting our lightweight champion. So we need Emmeline Cleland's lightweight 1 market steer at ringside.
Three steers out here in the lightweight 2 class, and I'm going to leave them how they stand. I think the young lady's black calf up front probably does the best job in terms of combining just look and overall product orientation. Big-backed, thick-ended kind of a steer that offers the right look from the side. When you get him out and go, probably just want to relax him about his rear ankle ever so slightly, but still, nice calf to go ahead and start. Now, a calf that's going to come out here in 2, I don't think is just a show steer that you would call him out here in this class. Probably just a little plainer, a little more jammed up when you study his front 1/3, but still, from there back, I think in terms of just marketability and just being a good product-oriented calf, does things very, very well. I think in terms of just his appropriation of cover, how he puts his pieces together, really nice market steer for the young lady. Red Brockle calf's going to come out here and round out the class, and from the side, you love his extension, really level over the top side of his skeleton. Just want to fix his body shape. He needs to be softer about his heart and where his flank sits, and off either end of his skeleton, just needs to be a little more relaxed. Comes too upright in his shoulder, just too straight about his hock and rear ankle, but still, nice calf to round out the class. Let's give the kids a round of applause.
Lightweight 2, first place Lexi Carter, second Willow Hartung, and third Jordan Naylor. We're now ready for our lightweight champion. From our first class, we need Emmeline Cleland and second class Lexi Carter. We're also going to bring Willow Hartung right into the ring. The judge would like all three animals for the drive.
Nice set of steers for our lightweight division, and we're going to go through and just say a few things about him real quick. Steer out of that first class, like we said, his length and extension, his look from the side are really, really intriguing. Probably just gets a little harder when you study his forerib, his heart, and his flank, but from there back, really, really nice. So out of the shape, out of the backside of his shoulder and out of his upper hip. Nice steer for the young lady out of that first class. Black steer that wins that second class. Like we said, you know, his look from the side, his extra body shape, his muscle shape, and just spread all over the top side of his skeleton are really, really good. And then works out with a really, really nice hip and hind leg there. Probably just gets a little just hitched about his rear ankle, but still really nice gap from there. And then second out of that class, like we said, just a nice, complete, product-oriented steer. Not the show steer, a little plain about his front 1/3, but still really, really nice about his overall product orientation. We'll roll with plenty of quality. I'll go out and pick two out of the lightweight division, but let's give the kids a round of applause.
Champion lightweight steer goes to Lexi Carter and reserve to Emmeline Cleland. All right, our next class in the ring is our medium weight ones. This is Maverick Geddes 284 and Sean Kutz 302. Steers in this class weigh 1295 and 1310.
Nice pair of market steers in this middleweight class, and the young man's red and white calf's going to go ahead and lead for me. I think just length, extension, overall show steer look from the side, really, really nice in this calf. Probably a little flatter there about his forearm and his heart, and working back into his flank relative to the calf behind him. But I still think that just appropriation of finish at this weight and real width, real muscle, and a really, really nice skeletal build on this calf sends him to the top of this class. So young man, congratulations. Black calf that's going to come out in second. Really appreciate the body shape and the overall spread and mass of this steer. Little planer up front, and I think his excess condition is just causing him to get a little outside of himself. He wants to roll off that outside toe up front and just get a little weak and step outside his skeleton off his rear too, but still nice just product market steer for the young man. Let's give him a round of applause.
Medium weight one, first place Maverick Geddes and second Sean Kutz. Next class medium weight two, Lane Brenai's BO2 and Ali Lehman's 438. Steers in this class are 1320 and 1330.
Really good pair of steers, and I'm going to leave them how they stand as they come in. I think the black calf wins this class and wins rather handily under me. When you talk about one with show steer look and show steer proportions, this calf kind of checks all those boxes. Really, really nice when you study his front end. Lays that shoulder in really, really nice and flatter and just overall a better angle to his shoulder relative to the steer behind him. Works back with plenty of muscle and punch. Maybe just a touch hard when you study his heart and his flank, but how he utilizes his skeleton, his build, and his look, really, really intriguing. Young man, congratulations. Smoke calf that comes out next, a little more open, a little more upright about his shoulder, and just plainer when you study his, how he comes out of the top side of that shoulder, his throat, and his chest. From there back, I think a really, really nice calf when you study his width and spread up high. Really nice body shape, comes just a softer made kind of a steer. Wants to use that hind leg with just a little straighter, a little more uncoordinated as you ask the cattle to go, but still a really, really nice market steer for the young lady that she should be proud of. Let's give the kids a round of applause.
Medium weight 2, first place Lane Bruneyes and second Allie Lehman. We're now ready for our medium weight 2 drive, our medium weight champion drive. We're going to bring all 4 steers back in the ring. Maverick Geddes and Sean Cutts out of the first class, Lane Bruneyes and Allie Lehman out of the second class.
Really, really nice middleweight division of steers here, and a lot to be happy with as you go down the line. Our first and our seconds, I think a lot of quality from top to bottom. The 2 steers out of that second class hit me pretty hard when they came in the ring, and they do so again when they come out here for the drive. I'm going to leave those 2 steers together. Young man will be your champion. Young lady will be reserved. Let's give them a round of applause.
Your champion medium weight steer goes to Lane Bruneyes out of the second class. And your reserve will go to Allie Lehman, also out of the second class. Market steer exhibitors, we're ready for light heavyweight 1. Light heavyweight 1. Katie Miller's 278 and Jolie Naylor's 100. Two steers in this class weighing 1345 and 1365.
Really nice pair of steers that are really similar in their quality yet contrasting in their type and kind. Steer I'm going to land on here in front of me, young lady's calf from the side, one that's awesome looking, really ties high out of the top side of that shoulder, smooth and just bold out of the back side of his shoulder and over the top side of his skeleton. Both of these cattle probably don't use their hip and hind leg to the highest degree. Calves both want to get just a little bit outside of themselves. What separates them in terms of build for me, this calf I'm going to go ahead and use is probably just a little more relaxed in the angle to his shoulder and his knee. Works back way smoother about his body shape. I'm going to get my hands on him, just mellower over his 12th and 13th rib there. Really smooth build, attractive kind of a market steer that's going to go ahead and start. Young lady brings us a nice rugged kind of a market steer here. Like I said, from the side, really good looking, long, extended, wants to get a little straight and upright about his shoulder, and then straight and just a little upright out of his hock as well. Comes just a little harder about his body shape when I get my hands on him. Just doesn't hit me as smooth and comes in just too many pieces out here today, but still a nice, attractive kind of a market steer for the young lady. Let's give both these kids a round of applause.
Light heavyweight 1. First place, Joey Nero with 100, and second, Katie Miller's 278. Next class into the ring, light heavyweight 2, Graham Adams, 365, and Brinley Wright's 268. Two steers in this class weighing 1385 and 1405.
Another nice pair of steers out here. I land on the young man's black and white calf pretty handily out here. In terms of just look from the side, one you can definitely tie into, high tying, extremely level as he goes. Really comes packed full of muscle shape and just overall dimension. Love his body shape. He's good about his forerib and his heart. If we want to pick on him ever so slightly, just doesn't set that hind wheel down real soft and as comfortable as I'd like to see out here. But still, really nice calf from the side. A lot of good in that animal right there for the young man. Congratulations. Young lady steer that's going to come out next, I think one that's probably just not my type and kind. Like to see him just a little bigger outlined, a little longer, a little bit more extended. But calf comes with plenty of cover, plenty of muscle as he gets out and goes. Just wants to get outside of himself and bow out of his rear hock ever so slightly. But still a really nice product-oriented steer for the young lady. Let's give them both a big round of applause.
Light heavyweight 2, first place, Graham Adams, and second, Brinley Wright. We're now ready for our light heavyweight champion drive. We're going to bring all 4 steers back in the ring. Light heavyweight 1, Joey Naylor and Katie Miller, and light heavyweight 2, Graham Adams and Brinley Wright.
Well, nothing to take away from our second places out of this division, but 2 really nice steers that end up on the top end of those classes out here. First calf out of first class of this division, like we said, from the look from the side is just really, really nice. He ties high, strong over the back side of his strong over the top side of his skeleton, probably relative to the calf behind him. Gets a little weaker out of the back side of his shoulder and just down into his forehead. Like to see him just bolder and more opened up from that standpoint. But really nice body shape when you study from navel to flank. And then, like we said in that class, if he could just use his hind leg to a little bit higher degree, I think we'd really, really be working with something. But still, really nice calf out of that first class that does a lot of good. Calf out of the second class, again, show steer look, show steer proportions, really, really nice. Just incredibly bold and shapely out of the back side of his shoulder and over the top side of his skeleton. Thick-ended kind of a calf that does a lot of things really, really well. We picked on his hind leg in class and just wanting to set that ankle down ever so slightly, but still, I think I prefer just how his longer and leveler hip out here gets down, and just how he sets down when you set him into motion could be changed, but still, when you get him on the standstill, I think I like the angle to his hock just ever so slightly, just a little bit more over the calf in first. He's going to be your champion in this division. Calf up front will be reserved. Let's give the kids a big round of applause.
Your champion light heavyweight steer goes to Graham Adams and reserved to Joey Naylor. Next class in the ring, heavyweight 1. Hannah, just stay with her. There you go. Reese Adams, 366, and Levi Geddes, 285. Steers in this class weigh 1440 and 1430.
Nice pair of steers in the heavyweight division, and I'm going to leave them how they came in. I think the black and white calf, even though he's not blessed with a big haircut and just a really, really nice fit job, I think in terms of just putting pieces together and just expressing so much shape and overall width and mass and dimension, the calf does that extremely well. Really attractive from the side, good-bodied, thick-ended kind of a steer for the young lady. Doing a really, really nice job out here, keeping with him. Let's give her a round of applause. Shorthorn steer that comes out next, I really appreciate in terms of just his balance and smooth build from the side. Bella doesn't just express that same kind of muscle shape up high out of the backside of his shoulder. Probably not as thick-ended when you get behind the cattle, but still, in terms of just balance and having a smooth build, does that extremely well. Gets out and goes extremely comfortable for the young man. Really nice job by him just feeding this calf. Let's give him a round of applause. Really nice pair.
Heavyweight 1, first place Reese Adams, and second Levi Geddes. While Levi's in the ring, we're going to present him with our champion market steer rate of gain. Levi's steer gained 2.53 pounds per day. Congratulations to Levi, and also to Reese for winning that class. Next class in the ring, heavyweight 2, Lacey Lehman, 437, and London Wrights, 269. Two steers in this final class weighing 1530 and 1535. Exhibitors up next will be heavyweight champion. We'll bring all four steers back into the ring. So Reese and Levi, please be at ringside ready for heavyweight champion. Immediately following heavyweight champion, we'll be ready for our grand champion market steer drive. We'll need Lexi Carter and Emmeline Cleveland from the lightweight division, Lane Brenneis and Allie Lehman from medium weight, Graham Adams and Jolie Naylor from the light heavyweight. Maverick Geddes will need your steer on standby for selection of grand champion.
Another nice pair of heavyweight steers, and we're going to leave them how they stand. I think young lady in the pink shirt out here, calf for being this weight, holds it together extremely well from the side, really attractive and up-headed, kind of a market steer, big and bold out of the backside of his shoulder and over his loin edge. Wish he came with just a touch more forerib and heart and just exploded there through his center body, but still, for being this kind of weight and holding it together and putting it in that attractive of a package is very, very intriguing. Young lady, congratulations. Really nice, just product-oriented market steer that's going to be second in this class, and relative to his outline, I think his weight can get just a touch concerning for me. I think one that's pushing plenty of condition today in terms of just where you study his chest and his cod, but still really product-oriented, kind of a market steer, thick-ended, come with plenty of muscle, plenty of width. Young lady, congratulations.
Heavyweight 2, first place, Lacey Lehman, and second, London Wright. At this time, we're ready for our heavyweight champion drive. From the first class, we need Reese Adams and Levi Geddes. And the second class, Lacey Lehman and London Wright.
Get our four heavyweights back out here, and really pleased with the lineup. Different types and kinds from top to bottom, but still I think put together all extremely high quality. Let's give these kids a big round of applause, and I'll take another minute to look, and I'll get you a grand in reserve.
Your champion heavyweight goes to Lacey Lehman out of the second class. And your reserve to Reese Adams out of the first class. All right, we're ready for our grand champion market drive. Into the ring, we should have our lightweight champion, Lexi Carter, medium weight champion, Lane Bruneyes, light heavyweight champion, Graham Adams, and heavyweight champion, Lacey Lehman. At ringside for selection of reserve, we'll have Emmeline Cleland, Allie Lehman, Joey Naylor, Reese Adams, and Maverick Geddes.
Well, let's give these steer exhibitors one more round of applause out here. Extremely pleased with the lineup of steers we got out here. Four that exceed my expectations extremely. I think are all very, very nice and high quality and different types and kinds out here, and we'll go through and talk them. But again, I just think a really, really nice set of cattle. Still out of that lightweight division, like we said, from the side, one that's awesome looking, really intriguing when you study him. Just his front end and his length and his extension gets out and goes. Want to change just how he sets down that hind leg and just how he plants and drives off that rear rail. But still, from there back, really nice bodied, really nice shaped, kind of a market steer. Probably just comes up a little too light today, but still, really, really nice future ahead of that calf if he continues to go out and go. Calf that comes out of that medium weight division from the side, one that's really, really hard to beat, up-headed, long-necked, and really, really level over the top side of his skeleton. Got enough bodied for me, and his hip and hind leg is just to another degree out here relative to his contemporaries. When you get your hand on him, he's right there on the borderline of if he has enough cover today, but still, just one that puts that many good pieces together is very, very intriguing, really nice calf for that young man. Black and white calf that comes out of that light heavyweight division. A lot could be said about him as well. Really attractive from the side, awesome bodied, awesome muscled, gets out and goes, and we want to change just how he sets that rear wheel down as well. Wants to get a little upright about his ankle, but still, when he stops and stands and collects himself, I think that one's really, really intriguing as well. Get your hands on him, and he's bowled out of the backside of his shoulder, comes with plenty of cover. Really, really nice market steer for that young man. Excuse me, calf out of that heavyweight division, again, from the side, one that's extremely attractive, comes with plenty of look, a little more open about his shoulder, but being a 1,500 plus kind of steer, you can expect that. Works back with enough body shape, enough muscle, probably doesn't overwhelm you in terms of his substance of bone and foot, and when you ask the cattle to go, gets a little rounder, a little straighter out of his hip and his hind leg, but still on the standstill, one that's really, really nice, and from the side, just tons of balance, tons of attractiveness, really nice market steer out of the heavyweight division. That's just kind of how I see him, and we might disagree when it comes down to it, but that's kind of the beauty of this industry, that we can disagree, but as long as we're all doing it for the same reason, and that's the progression and growth of the kids out here, as long as they're having fun and we're getting down to it, that's what really matters. So give these kids one more round of applause. I'll get a champion in reserve. Congratulations, guys.
Grand champion market steer goes to Graham Adams. We're going to bring in Julian Ayers, reserve champion light heavyweight, and we'll select our reserve grand champion market steer.
Bring that reserve light heavyweight back out here, and the quality certainly doesn't go down. I think a calf that deserves his flowers out here and to be talked about. Another one that from the side, just up-headed, attractive, kind of a market steer, awesome body shape, but as the cattle get out and go, one that's just a little too outside of himself and outside of his skeleton when you study his hind leg. Wants to rock forward just ever so slightly about the angle to his shoulder, but in terms of being a product-oriented, attractive, kind of a show steer that offers plenty of balance, calf's really, really nice as well. I'm going to take one more look and I'll get you reserved, but let's give that young lady a round of applause.
Your reserve grand champion goes to Lane Brennies out of our medium weight division. Lexi, we're going to excuse you from the ring. We're going to bring in Emmeline Cleland's reserve champion lightweight, I'm sorry. Adeline Lehman's reserve champion medium weight. And we'll keep Joey and Lacey in the ring, and we'll pick a reserve grand champion for the Cumberland County Livestock Sale. Your reserve grand champion for the sale will be Lacey Lehman out of the heavyweight. Thanks so much for coming out. That concludes our show. We'll do some pictures with the judge, and we'll see you back here at 2 o'clock for the goat show.